Didn't tip the server last night, and here's why. So we go into this restaurant, I'm not going to say which one, and we get seated pretty fast. Mind you, I have 2 tween boys and a baby. So we go in, we get seated, and we sit there literally for 10 minutes before somebody came up and asked us what we'd like to drink. We told them what we wanted to drink. About 5 minutes later, we got the drinks. The drinks were not right at all. Okay, whatever, no problem, whatever. Send them back. We waited again for like maybe another 5 minutes for the drinks. We finally get the drinks were right. Then she was like, go ahead, look at the menu. And I was like, yeah, okay, I'll come back, So we look at the menu. We're pretty fast because we're hungry. So we fold the menus up, we put them on the side, and we're just sitting there. We're talking, we're playing, the kids are playing with the little computer screen cash out thing on the table. We're doing that. I'm on my phone. We're just like bullshitting, right? And I'm like, wow, this is taking a long time. And I look at the time, and it had been like almost 15 minutes, and still the server's not in sight. So I was like, all right, well, I'm just going to hurry up and go to the bathroom. I was like, if the server comes to the table, tell the lady what you guys want. Mind you, my kids are like 13, so, they're old enough to tell them what they want. I go to the bathroom. To the left of me, I can see, like the alleyway for the people, and I see our server, and she's just over there like on her phone bullshitting with her friends. Whatever, okay, cool, whatever, right? I was like, well, I wonder if she went to the table. So I go back to the table. I'm like, did the server come? And they're like, no. And I was like, okay. So I'm sitting there, and then I'm like looking around. I'm like, okay, where is she? Another 10 minutes, because at that point now I'm keeping time. Another 10 minutes, she finally comes to the table. She's like, are you guys ready? I'm like, yeah, we've been ready. Mind you, I have a baby, so like I want to be fast. Takes our order, puts it in. We ordered an appetizer, never got the appetizer. She finally comes back with the food, probably about like a good 15 minutes for the food, 10 minutes. And I was like, yeah, we never got the appetizer. She's like, oh, I'm so sorry, let me bring that out. I was like, no, we already have our food, I don't want that. Can you just take it off? She's like, I'm so sorry, no problem. Whatever, we eat our food. My food was not the way it was supposed to be. I asked for my stuff well done, no pink, whatever. And she's like, comes back again, how was your food? I was like, this was like bloody inside. I did not like it at all. At that point, I'm annoyed because I'm like, I literally, when I order my food, I'm like, can I get it like well done, like cut in half, no pink, like check it. So the fact that it was bloody, I was just like, okay, ew, gross. Anyway, she comes, brings us the bill. Then the appetizer's still on the bill. So then I had to sit there and wait again longer to be able to tell her like, yo, you charged me for this appetizer, we didn't even get it. So anyways, long story short, because it is a long story, I was like, fuck this, I'm not tipping this girl, she does not deserve it. And the reason I say that is because I was a server. I served at Olive Garden when I was 18, so I know how it goes. But I also know, like, if you want to make your money, you really need to give good service. Do I feel bad? No. But at the end of it, as I was walking out, I found a busboy and I gave him the money and I said, please keep this for yourself. Do not give it to the server. I was like, because my service was terrible. And he was just like, okay, thank you. But yeah, didn't tip her. And I'm sure she was like, what the fuck? But it's like, no, what the fuck? Like, give good service, because at this point we all work very hard for our money. When we come, we want our stuff to be right, and we want you guys to be punctual. So yeah, I didn't tip her. I did not tip her, but I did tip the busboy. So call me a bitch, I don't care, but yeah, sorry.
How is it that things are so expensive these days? It's absolutely maddening. Let me show you what I'm talking about. This was just something quick I ran in for Walmart to get. I was going to make a recipe. It's kind of like for a sushi thing. And it was $76. Look at this. It's nothing. So I'm going to make this variation of kind of like a deconstructed sushi thing, similar to what I get at one of my favorite restaurants. I did get a package of chicken. I got the items for the deconstructed sushi thing, the Kewpie mayonnaise. I got some Lewis Kemp crab, imitation crab. Walmart brand, Great Value of the Yum Yum sauce, 2 cucumbers, bananas, and then just some restocks. I needed some fabric softener, I needed hairspray, I needed the Febreze plugins, and then I was getting very low on my e.l.f. powder. I'm going to do a video separately about this e.l.f. powder. I think I've talked about it. It's been some time ago, but I wanted to tell you my thoughts about this. And then a restock of the L'Oreal Worth It. That's all I got for $76. Wow. Wow.
So I'm going to rant for a second. Grocery prices are outrageous. They're outrageous. I have 3 kids. I go to Shaw's. I'm in the Northeast. I'm part of their points program. And so every couple of months, they're like, hey, if you spend this amount of money, we'll give you this many points, right? Which gets you, dollars off of future orders or what have you, right? Last month it was $1,500. And I had no trouble spending $1,500. I think I did it by the 20th. And weirdly enough, I was like, oh, that's great. I spent $1,500 in a month. And now I got, $70 off in 3 separate orders or something like that. It was an accomplishment for me. That's where we're at. It's crazy, man. Crazy.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but the high schoolers are out of school. The college kids are back. So if you're at the grocery store, they put them on the late shift and they be on their phones. You know what I'm saying? They be on their phones at the self-checkout.
This is me on a daily basis with 2 V8s, right? My first car, we just put in $40 of gas. It's my wife's Mustang GT. This thing is sick, has a Borla exhaust. My C8, we just put in 46. This is every 2 days, so it hurts a little bit, but that's the entire reason I wanted to make enough money so I could do what I wanted to do. Because first off, I want to drive fast cars and I want to eat Chipotle. I keep telling y'all this. That's the only reason I got bread. I don't need to go to Vietnam. I don't need to travel, jump out of airplanes, cars, and Chipotle. If you guys are looking to start a business here, give me a follow.
Hey, yo, here I am again, minding my own business, pumping gas, and somebody done pumped their last $3 on one, bro. God damn, California, you're fucking us up, bro. Whoever you are, I hope you got there. God damn, bro.
Bro, this shit is sickening, bro. $7 fucking dollars.
I'm still mad about $4 a gallon. Trust me. That's way too much money.
93 is mad about $4.
Right, everyone that pays for 93 prices is mad.
I'm almost running late for work, so I brought us pineapple, bro, this size. Can y'all see how much this shit was, bro? It was $9.79 fucking cents, bro. This is crazy. This joint is not even the same size as my head, bruh. There it is, $9.79, right there. Dude, I'm getting raped. I don't even know. This is not fun. I was just, trying to grab something quick, bruh. I got scammed by Gelson's, bro.
Hey, I'm just calling to schedule an MRI. I do have insurance. It's through Blue Cross. What would the damage be for that?
With insurance, you're looking at $1,250 out of pocket.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you say that's with insurance?
Yes.
Okay. Out of curiosity, what if I just raw dog the healthcare system, no insurance?
That would be $800.
Oh, I see. So being uninsured actually would save me $450, and you're sure it's not the other way around?
Yep, that's just how the billing code works.
Right. This is crazy. I thought healthcare insurance was supposed to be cheaper, but instead it's kind of like I have a VIP pass to getting financially mugged, right?
Would you like to pay cash then?
Oh, I mean, at this point, I'm tempted to barter with you. I mean, do you take used AirPods? No, yeah. What I'm thinking is schedule me as a mystery man with no coverage. It gets me the better deal. Well, no, let me call my insurance really quick. I'm gonna call and cancel them, and then I'll call you right back.
Okay, talk to you soon.
I just paid $8.49 for a bag of chocolate chips.
same chocolate chips I bought at this time 1 year ago for $5.49. I just paid $8.49 for them. They're allergen friendly because my kid has food allergies, and that's already fucking hard enough to deal with. It's already hard enough. And our president just tweeted yesterday that prices are down. I'm here to tell you, I just left the grocery store. I just paid $4 for a dozen eggs, which is not down. I just filled up my tank for $3.39, which is not down. And I just paid $3 more for a bag of chocolate chips. And our wages are not up. Comment if your wages are up. Comment if your wages are in line with the ridiculous prices that we're paying for fucking food right now!
Y'all, I gotta complain for a second because this is getting out of control. The cost of groceries, I literally just went to Walmart. Three things. Strawberries, $5. Noodles, okay, these were only $2. $5 for syrup. I'm gonna have to start learning how to make this myself because $5? I spent $12 on three things. This literally, like, a couple months ago was like $3. $5. I'm about to get so skinny with the price of groceries right now because,
I just went in Dollar General and I've got, I think a Folgers coffee, 3 of the 12 count Sprites, and 2 gallons of milk. And with the $5 off of $25 and then a $2 off the coffee discount, the total was still $33.79. That is absolutely crazy. It is absolutely crazy to me how much groceries are. Now, given I don't ever hardly buy Sprites and Cokes and stuff just because they're so expensive, but my husband is sick and he wanted Sprite, so I got him Sprite. But normally if I do get Cokes, it's at Walmart, but I live like 20 minutes from Walmart and I was not driving to town at 9 o'clock at night. So that's just crazy. I just had to get on here and rant about how much Cokes are. Even Folgers coffee. It was $15 for like a little bitty thing of Folgers coffee. Absolutely ridiculous. All right. Well, I hope everybody has a great night. We worked on the pool all day. I'm absolutely exhausted and we're not even done. So we got to get up and finish it for tomorrow. So hope everybody has a great night. Bye.
We got fucking
$3.80? There ain't no way.
I'm the one who paid for it. I don't know why you're.
And this is why it's so hard to stay healthy and stay on track. Cause why did I go into the gas station and get a Core Power protein shake and a Barbell's protein bar and spend $10 on just these two? Give me the $5 biggie bag.
We're not happy. Not happy anymore. We were happy. Then you pay. And you find out that In-N-Out has raised their prices too. Like the other food places. Everywhere is raising their prices. I used to pay $8.39 for a while. Then it was $8.71. Now it's $9 even. Like, of course I'll probably come back. But how am I ever gonna survive this crisis? Which is one thing after another.
Hello. Look at this gas prices here. Let me see. $4.89. Crazy.
Am I the only person that when I pull up to the gas station before I get my stuff, I always look to see like how much gas and stuff the person before me got? Look at how much gas they got and how much they had to pay the person before me. Hold on. Damn. And I was about to complain about my little 78. I'm gonna just shut on up and put my little $78 up in here.
No, guys, check this out. Here I am pumping gas, minding my own business, and somebody done pumped their last $3.94 on 3. Holy fuck. California, fuck you. Whoever you are, get at me in the comments. We gonna make sure you got there. God damn.
Tell me why I ordered a biggie bag, and I'm going through, like, every time I order a biggie bag, I go through the same fucking script. I go, can I order a junior bacon cheeseburger biggie bag with no tomatoes, regular nuggets, barbecue sauce, and usually like a Dr. Pepper. And that's usually all they ask me, or I just like tell them. And I go through the regular fucking script. And it's kind of sad that I have a script and I know exactly what I want, but a girl knows what she wants because she's been ordering this, me, mind you, for years. Tell me why I was a little sidetracked when I'm like, when I ordered the burger and they're like, oh, okay, what size do you want that? I'm like, I'm ordering the biggie bag. What do you mean what size I want that? She's like, do you want medium or large? I'm like, what? Why are you asking me questions? I've never been asked these questions, mind you. So I was so fucking confused. And mind you, I've been having a lot of cash on me recently, which means I have been having a lot of like extra change around me. So I know with the biggie bag, again, this is sad, it's $5.41. And I'm still kind of confused because I literally just got out of the drive-thru. I'm driving back to work so I can sit in my car and eat because it's a fucking hot day. So I have my AC on. It's like, it's a whole thing, right? So when I tell her like just medium, she's like, okay, it's gonna be $6.50. Why is it a whole $1.11 more? Not 11 cents, 9 cents, my bad. Whole $1.09 more. So I'm just like, okay, I just pull out another $1. I put my change back and I just grab 2 quarters. Again, having a lot of cash and change around me, so I'm like, I'm just gonna start paying shit in cash, especially like something as small as this, because it's a small fucking purchase. It's a fucking biggie bag. So $6.50 right there, and it says medium biggie bag. I'm like, there's a medium biggie bag? Like, I didn't know this bitch came in sizes. I thought it was just, anyway. Anyway, so I go up to the drive-thru window and I ask the lady, like, hey, are we changing the way we do biggie bags? And she's like, what? I'm like, oh, they asked me like the size, and I was just kind of confused because I never asked that before. And I think she was kind of confused by what I was trying to ask, because fuck, we're both confused, and obviously someone who's taking the fucking orders is not doing it right, maybe. I don't know. Because they gave me a medium drink. They gave me a medium fry, but it's still like a 4-piece nugget. It's still like a small ass sandwich. But like, I'm so confused. She seemed confused. She's like, okay, but like, do you want your receipt? I'm like, yeah, fuck, I want my receipt because I'm fucking confused. Anyway, I did have my $3 little keychain, so I did ask for a small Frosty, like the little mini ones. These right here. And then she gave it to me. But she gave it to me with the cup and then the lid, like separately. I'm like, you're not gonna are you gonna make me do it? I don't know what's going on at Wendy's today. I don't know if they're extra like busy or something. Like, girlies, like, get it together. Because it's just $1.09 more. It's not gonna break the bank. But are they doing things differently now? Because I didn't even know they had medium or large biggie bags. I thought it was just a biggie bag and that was it. Like, and then the girl who usually takes my order, okay, I have not eaten Wendy's the past 2 months because I've been bringing my lunch to work. And I've been trying to do better about going out and eating fast food and trying to make it more intentional if I'm going out to eat. So when I was going to Wendy's more actively for like months, the same girl took my order. The same girl gave me my food. She knew me. She knew my order. She knew when I was coming. And now this is someone new at the window now, and I'm more confused now than ever. I don't. Girlies, I don't know what's going on. But I don't know. I just needed to rant. I don't know if this is something new that they're doing at Wendy's where you know what? It's not that big of a deal. It's just $1.09 more. It's not that big of a deal, but I'm just fucking confused. Anyways, yeah, so.
Everywhere that I go now, I am expected to tip. And I don't have a problem being generous or tipping, but like, if you hand me a drink out of a fridge, why am I tipping you? The billionaires who own these companies are happy to have the regular people be guilted into tipping for things that they probably shouldn't be tipping for, because then they don't have to pay their workers a living wage. Instead of them paying their workers fairly, they expect other people to have enough empathy for them to give them tips. And the thing is, we do. I still tip. I tip on dumb shit because I have empathy. And I know that people deserve to be paid more than what they're being paid. But it makes me pissed because I shouldn't be the one paying that. Their fucking boss should be the one paying that.
He $0 tips me on a $200 bill. And then where it says tip, he writes his phone number and then has the audacity to hand the bill back to me. And now I'm in trouble because I take it, I look at it, and I go, and I throw it at the table. And this is all happening, right? Because I hand him, like, the bill, right? And I go, like, oh, I hope you enjoyed your meal. And as I'm standing at the host stand, I hear him go to his friends and he go, you see that? She wants me so bad. Watch this. To try and prove a point, right? And I'm in trouble. Why am I in trouble at work, bro? I'm not.
I'm feeling like us women need to stop tipping nail techs. I don't mean no harm. Like, we gotta pay to breathe. When it come to getting our nails done, we gotta pay to breathe the same air as them. Bitch, we gotta pay for every little thing. Everything. Shape. Everything. All that's fine, though. Bitch, just don't look at me for no tip, though. Because what exactly am I tipping you for? I didn't pay for everything on my nails. What did you do that was so special? I'm confused. I'm not understanding why nail techs need tips. That's just my opinion, though.
I don't understand tipping in the hair, nails, and lashes industry, and I feel like I'm gonna get hate for this, but I really don't get it. For example, let's say hair, nails, lashes, whatever the service is, you charge $120. It don't cost that, but you charge that. You charge $120 for the service, okay? I agree to pay you $120 for the service. That includes your time, physical labor, and the materials. That is $120 total. That's the service. $30 tip, $50 tip for what? We agreed you would do a service, and I would pay you this much for the service. The service is done. I paid. Why is there extra money? I would pay you extra if I inconvenienced you in some way and you had to do extra work, extra materials, or extra time. Outside of what it normally takes to do the service, including the materials, time, or labor, if you did more than usual, I would pay more than that. But you don't. I didn't say it costs $120. You said it costs $120. Include the tip in your price. If you want a $20 tip, charge $140. I don't like this attitude of looking at people sideways because they don't tip you for something you agreed to do for that price. People who work in restaurants make like $4 an hour. They rely on tips to have a normal wage. You make your own wage. You chose $120 as the price. You don't rely on tips. Every fucking service is $120. I don't get it. Sorry.
So I usually never tip when I go out to eat or when I get food or anything like that. I think tipping is not necessary. I feel like it's not my responsibility as a customer to subsidize wages. Like, it's not my fault that you don't get paid enough, you know, so I'm not gonna tip you just because you decided to work in this industry. And fun fact, in Japan, if you tip, they take it as you're belittling them or insulting them. Like, it's offensive to them if you tip. So maybe they should do the same thing here. If I have bad service, I won't be tipping. If I'm eating at a buffet, I won't be tipping. What are you doing? I'm getting my own food. All you're doing is coming around every once in a while and clearing the plates and giving me something to drink. I'm not gonna tip because I'm getting my own food. Thank you very much. If I am ordering to go, I am not tipping. Nope. Zero. Not tipping. If I am at the mall and I order pretzels or I order, you know, Dippin' Dots, no, I'm not tipping either. I'm pressing 0 on that tip screen. You want to know the only people that I tip? Strippers. Because they're giving you a service. They're putting a whole act for you. They deserve that tip and more.
Get that tip screen out my face. You put 12 donut holes in a bag and you think I'm about to tip? Like, tipping culture has really gotten out of hand. Like, if I'm not sitting down being served or serviced, stop it. You're doing your job. Like, you didn't go above and beyond for me. You didn't do nothing. You're not getting a tip. And if the service is bad, I'm not tipping. We all need to come to a consensus on this. If the gratuity is included, baby, that's it. That's it. Tipping culture is out of line.
Okay, I have a question for hairdressers and people that get their hair done like regularly, like dyed, you know? Because I'm feeling a lot of guilt right now and I'm looking for validation that I'm right, but I also want to know if I'm in the wrong here so I can fix it. I went into someone new 2 weeks ago, and so I've never seen her before, and all I wanted was some baby lights like on the top of my head and then this money piece. So exactly what you're seeing now, right? This is my regular hair color and the money piece and the baby lights. But the thing is, 2 weeks ago, I did not get this. Like when I saw the finished hair 2 weeks ago, I was like, oh, okay. And there's like this whole situation. So I felt really bad, like asking her for anything. And I was like, let me just see how I feel about it. I'm like trying to take pictures after. I talked to my girlfriend and like, I could barely even notice a difference in my hair. So I ended up messaging the stylist and she was very nice. And I was like, hey, I like, everything else looks great, but I wanted the money piece to be more exaggerated, like the inspiration picture. Mind you, the inspiration picture was literally like me a couple years ago. And she was like, oh yeah, of course, like let me get you booked. So fast forward 2 weeks to today. I go in, I sit down, we're doing just the money piece, and it takes 3 hours, by the way. And this is where I don't know if I was in the wrong, but I was assuming that since she didn't do what I wanted the first time, that this time would be free or just like paying for a product, like a very minimal price. Now, I will take responsibility because this is something I should have confirmed beforehand that I did not. So that's on me. But I get done, I get to the register, and they were like, it's going to be $168. I paid $200 the first time and she didn't do what I wanted. And now I'm paying another $168. So I was kind of like, I'm sorry, like that's just a little bit more than I was expecting. And so they went back to talk to the stylist and they ended up dropping it down to like $127, which I was still like, that's way more than I was expecting, like $50 for product. So anyways, this has now, for the money piece and the baby lights, has cost me $327 plus the small tip I left her the first time. But like, I did not tip her today. And they were kind of like, do you want a printed receipt to tip? And I was like, no, because it was $127 more than I thought I would pay for that. Like, when I tell you that inspiration pic and what I ended with was nowhere like close. Anyways, so I'm panicking that I made her feel bad. She was very nice. I'm just like, it wasn't what I wanted, and then I had to pay more, and I've now paid so much for a very minimal thing. Anyways, can you just, am I in the right? Am I in the wrong? Should I find a way to tip her now? Like, that's what I'm feeling really guilty about. Anyways, let me know your thoughts.
Before I had a corporate job, I thought that benefits were like fully paid for. I thought that your employer just paid for your health insurance, paid for everything. Like if that was a done deal. That is not the case. You have an enrollment period and you pick your insurance and you decide how much you pay. And for me and my family, we did HMO 1 year and we were not seen by a single fucking doctor. I was calling my insurance company over and over and over again, asking them to place me with a doctor, and they kept placing me with doctors that didn't exist, had moved, or were not accepting patients. So after that, I was like, we're only doing PPO. Well, PPO is getting like $800 to $1,200 a month for a family of 4. Which, depending on the company, your employer will pay a certain amount, and then a certain amount is going to come out of your paycheck. Listen to this. Okay, so on top of it still being something that you absolutely pay for, at my last company that I now don't even work at anymore, my last company, I started in June, and I started paying for dental insurance in June, coming out of my paycheck. I don't know, it was like $20 per paycheck, or like per month. It wasn't that much. In September, so I've been paying for 4 months now, my older son has excruciating teeth pain. I look in his mouth, there's a fucking hole in his tooth. I was like, oh my God, I'm the worst mom ever. Like, how could I have not noticed this giant cavity in his mouth? So we get to the dentist. It turns out that his filling had just fallen out and they just needed to put it back in. So, laughing gas, putting it back in. She gave us a discount because it had been her that filled it in the first place. But then they both got their x-rays and their cleanings, It was like $500. I go to call my dental insurance because I was like, hey, you guys never sent me a card. They're like, yeah, we don't have any insurance with you. I'm like, how is that possible? I've been paying for insurance for 4 months and now I'm out of pocket like $500. Because I wasn't going to have my son, like, he was in excruciating pain. Like, we were going to this appointment and we were going to get this work done. So, hours and hours I spent on the phone. My HR team is like, no, we sent your information to your dental insurance. And the dental insurance is like, well, we never got anything. So, okay, this is in September. They're like, we're going to get your insurance, up to speed and you'll be reimbursed for all of your appointments because you paid for it since June.
you're going to be reimbursed. So cool. So this is September, October, I check back in, November, I check back in, December, I check back in. Hey, yeah, like we just need you to work on this and we need you to sign this HIPAA thing so that the dental insurance can communicate with the dentist's office, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Right now it is April. Okay. I was let go a few weeks ago from my job and I kept getting these emails that I had messages like regarding this ticket. So I had to call today, 45 minutes I'm on the phone with this woman, and she's like, oh yeah, you still don't have your dental insurance because they don't have your correct social security number. So you have to call your company's HR, have them send your social security number to the dental insurance. Then the dental insurance can reinstate you, you'll get your card, then you can call the dentist's office, have them send the invoices, and then you'll be reimbursed for your appointments. This is going to round out to take a full fucking year. And all of these people that I've talked to are incredibly nice. This is not their fault. They are like just as frustrated as I am, and I'm not taking my frustrations out on them. But this is the employer sponsored healthcare. It is just as much of a bureaucratic nightmare as fucking anything else.
You know what I'm upset about today? Healthcare. I have spent the last few years putting off getting some dental work done because my priorities financially have been getting my son's health taken care of and court for the DV case against his father. So all the extra money, even though I'm not struggling, has gone towards my son. His tuition, his genetic testing, all that kind of stuff. I pay $400. More like closer to $500, about $250 per paycheck for us to have medical, dental, and vision insurance through my job. And I went to the dentist today for a limited appointment because I have 2 broken teeth on the upper left side of my mouth, and one of them is a wisdom tooth. I never got my wisdom teeth taken out because they weren't growing in crooked or anything, so the dentist said it wasn't a priority. And so one of them's a wisdom tooth and the other one is a molar. And guess how much it's supposed to cost me to fix those 2 teeth with dental insurance? I'm going to show you. I am supposed to pay $1,900. They tried to schedule me for tomorrow, and I had to tell them no. Like, first of all, it doesn't work with my schedule, but 2, like, I'm supposed to be able to make a split-second decision on whether or not I can afford right now to pay $1,900 for 2 teeth. And really it's for 1 tooth, because my wisdom tooth is just getting extracted, which is about $43, which means that the other tooth is all of those costs. Am I supposed to keep suffering with broken teeth? No. So then I do what? I spend this $2,000 on this when that $2,000 can go towards my kid or other bills. I just, like, what am I supposed to do as a single mom who is literally just, and I make good money, like, I make good money. Anybody else, in any other state other than California, I would be living incredibly, I don't know what to do. It's like I pay for insurance, and that should make it where it's not this expensive. Freaking sucks.